Welcome, gentlemen. Path of Exile 2 vs. Diablo 4. The ARPG war begins. The battle for ARPG dominance and supremacy starts right now. Two titans, one crown, Path of Exile 2 and Diablo 4, fighting for the ARPG dominance, but only one game can come out on top. The best does not mean two, only one. Unlike all those other little bitch videos that say, well, it depends on what kind of player you are. No, wrong. There is only one winner, one of the best. Watch the rest of this video to find out who comes out on top. Also, if you like this kind of content, if you like what I'm delivering, then make sure you smash the shit out of that subscribe button and hit the bell icon. I just want to make it extra clear. I am the judge, the jury, the referee, the umpire, the critic, the arbiter. I'm the best. Nobody else can determine whether or not which game is good, is better than the other than me. I want to put this to rest. Here is my certificate of authenticity that I am the best and I am the determining factor. I'm going to go ahead and put it up on the screen. Okay, so now that we finally have that over, let's go ahead and move on to the actual debate at hand. All right, this is the end-all, be-all. Everybody's always talking about, oh, D4's the best. Oh, PO 2's the best. Oh, God. This is the fucking answer right here, right now. We're going to go over everything in detail. And if you have a problem with it, then guess what? That comment box is right there just for you.
Character customization and build.
Let's start off with Path of Exile 2. Mind-blowing character customization. Path of Exile 2 has a passive tree that will blow your I think I just clicked on something and may have broke my character. No, I didn't. Did I? I heard a... Okay, maybe I did. That's a whole nother discussion. Path of Exile 2's passive skill tree is massive, allowing for endless build possibilities. Your creativity, your mind can go... You could blow your own mind, okay? Because you can go over here if you really want. If you're crazy, look here. See? What's that there for? Who knows, right? Okay, so we also have huge passive skill tree. We have skill gem customization, meaning we can tweak. Not only do we have skills, and then we have gems that we can put in the skills. So we have like skills within skills. So you can tweak it and turn it and turn the knob just a little if you want, or turn it a whole lot. I mean, that's, however, the downside of that, and a lot of what everybody says is it too complex for like new players, because they oftentimes feel overwhelmed and then they're like, man, you know what, forget it. And a lot of times it requires some research into like, you know, oh, should this go here? Should this go there? And I'm sure there are times when some people don't want to do that. But that is also the part of Path of Exiles 2 that allows you to do some like real deep theory crafting, so you can think creatively and build a character exactly how you want. Or maybe you discover, oh, you know, Herald of Ice can proc off of, or Herald of Thunder procs off of Herald of Ice. Herald of Ice procs off of, oh my gosh, if I did this, you won't, with Diablo 4, you will never have that feeling, ever. And one of the other things is, some say that it kind of feels like homework, but it's not home. I personally enjoy experimenting and thinking like, oh, I can make something better, rather than just being like, okay, you've leveled up, click on this thing, and now you'll be better. I like the fact that you can put a node on your passive tree in the wrong spot, or accidentally off click one, and then you're sitting there, you're going, why am I dying? Why am I dying so much? The thrill has got to be there. If there's no thrill, then, you know, why are you doing what you're doing? Let's be honest. Okay, so let's get started, shall we? Tanner, can you start at the counter, please? What is this? Are you trolling me right now? Are you seriously Hold on, give me a second.
I mean, like, you know, like. He did say, you know, you need to use the one counter with the numbers and stuff on it. You know what I mean? I told you.
So, let's get to character customization and builds for Diablo 4. Streamlined and accessible build system. It's smaller, but it's focused more on a skill tree designed for. Well, I mean, it pretty much you can't access anything else for any other class. Like a warrior can't use a staff. Here, you could be a witch and use a bow. I've done it. If you really wanted to, and maybe you might be able to find some crazy little hack out, or you might be able to find some crazy little hack where it's like, well, if I have this and then I got this and then the witch does this and I use a bow, oh my gosh, I can instant kill everything. And see, that's the kind of thing that you will not get on Diablo 4. You won't ever be able to do that. You won't be able to explore. So when it comes to character customization and builds, if you want to explore, then Diablo 4 isn't for you. If you don't want to explore, Diablo 4 is for you, and vice versa for Path of Exile 2. They're both decent games. I'm just gonna say they're both decent games, okay? So nobody gets all butthurt. But so the character customization and building is great for newcomers to computers. So like if you just got a computer, and old people too. Like if you're like 75 or 80 years old and you just got a computer and you're like, man, I have been wanting to play a video game for my entire life, Diablo 4 is the way to go. It absolutely is. But I am unbiased. I'm unbiased. Okay? Completely unbiased. I'm just saying that you can't really go wrong with Diablo 4. So I would do like, if my grandparents, if they got a computer and they wanted to play a video game, I would start them off with Tetris, and then I'd go straight to D4. That's what I would do, because I feel like that's a pretty good setup for D4. So what I would do is I would like maybe Mario, Tetris, maybe tell them to type up a couple of emails on the keyboard so they know what the keys are. And then I'd be like, okay, here's Diablo 4. And that's not saying anything bad about it. I'm not saying it's a bad, horrible game. This is an unbiased opinion. Okay? I'm looking at numbers. That's all I am. I wrote up notes and everything. It's very complicated, but this is a legit poll. I am completely not even in control of the decision. All right. So let's talk about the negatives of the character customization and builds for Diablo 4. Well, some hardcore fans would argue that Diablo 4's build variety is limited compared to Path of Exile 2. Endgame builds feel set rather than exploratory or endlessly customizable. Like after you hit the endgame, what do? You just go back through and kill bosses again, I guess. And that's it, I suppose. Now let's talk about
Loot and itemization.
Path of Exile 2, without a doubt, is the king of deep itemization. Loot is hyper complex with detailed affixes, crafting, and a currency system. However, the loot is kind of trash. It's It's like, in order for you to craft some, well, hold on, let's go over the positives before we get to the cons. All right, so the crafting system offers insane flexibility. You can literally create your perfect weapon. You can do that. It is possible. However, is it too much? New players feel overwhelmed by gear rolls, suffixes, prefixes, meta crafting, mirrors. What the hell is all this? Some say the loot feels like a math problem instead of a reward. Or they would also say it feels like you're just gambling. It's just gambling. Because creating the perfect loot or creating the perfect item really depends on how much currency orbs you have. Other than that, there's no skill involved. It's not like you don't have there's no esoteric like attribute that comes along with somebody that makes them like, oh dude, I could craft this for real right now. Like it could be good, it could be bad. You might annul orb something and then boom, you lost the best attribute that was on that thing. So that I will say that, that is pretty crap and pretty shit, because it shouldn't feel like gambling. I wish there was a way where you could actually craft items, like instead of items like on Path of Exile 2, on Path of Exile 1, 2, you're not actually crafting any items. You're crafting attributes onto the items rather than crafting the items themselves, which is a unique take, but it kind of, they need to be able to, they need to pull back the range of being able to achieve and create a really, really badass weapon, because in the high levels, you have to spend so much divine, which brings me to my next point. In order to craft anything on Path of Exile 2, you have to have a shit ton of currency. Otherwise, well, then you're like stuck putting it in your inventory and being like, well, I'm going to go try to farm another divine, and it might be a week before you. So they need to make currency drop more, because then it would be more useful. Like you could, okay, yeah, like if it's going to take me 1,000 exalts to get the perfect item, it shouldn't take me 3 weeks to farm 1,000 exalts. It should take like, like you could do it in like a day maybe or something. I don't know. Exalts, I mean, like a day seems a day or two. But then I feel like you would have to bring that. Anyways, I don't want to get into this whole discussion. All right, let's talk about Diablo 4. Loot and itemization. So they have a more intuitive loot system. You got the same thing here. We got rune sockets. Well, I don't think they're called rune sockets. This is my character on Diablo 4 in hardcore. This is my second character that I have started on Diablo 4. And he's level 50 hardcore. And so it kind of makes you go, For Diablo 4, gear drops are easy to understand. Legendaries and uniques feel rewarding without needing a spreadsheet. So for Diablo 4, when it comes to loot and itemization, gear drops are easy to understand and loot feels rewarding without, needing a spreadsheet on whether or not, this is going to make my character better, or this is going to totally screw my character and he's going to suck after this. Or because that is something about Path of Exile 2. You go, wow, this looks like a great piece of gear. And then you put it on your character and it's like, actually, it makes my DPS drop by 3,000. So that's kind of part of the learning curve. However, although drops and loot feel very rewarding without needing a spreadsheet. So the winner for character customization and builds goes to Drum roll, please. Path of Exile 2. More customization, deeper skill tree, and endless build diversity. Diablo 4 is great for casuals, but PoE 2 dominates in depth. And nobody says that you have to finish the game in a day. You could play Path of Exile 2 and be level 10 for a month. It's fine. The world is not going to crumble. And you still have more stuff that you can do. All right. So, loot and itemization. The king of deep itemization, where loot is hyper complex with detailed fixes, crafting, and currency system. Path of Exile 2. Insane flexibility when it comes to loot, crafting. It's not perfect, but that's okay right now. It's in beta or alpha or whatever. However, is it too much? Now remember, we are picking one game. This isn't some like, oh, we're going to pick, oh, at the end, it's not at the end you're going to see, well, if for the casual gamer, for this one, just, no. This is the end-all, be-all discussion. There's no more talking about it. Nobody else can fight about it. If somebody asks you, is D4 better than Path of Exile 2 or is Path of Exile 2 better than D4? You point them to this video. Because this is it. End of discussion. We're not talking about it anymore. All right. Loot and itemization. Loot is hyper complex in Path of Exile 2. With the fixes, crafting, and currency system. Crafting system offers insane flexibility when it comes to customizing your weapon. You can customize your weapon for each battle if you want. That would be dumb, but I wouldn't do it. But some might. But is it too much? Because new players feel overwhelmed. There's going to be a lot of people being like, new players feel overwhelmed. Okay. Feel overwhelmed. Play the damn game. Who cares? What are you talking about? What do you want? Spoon fed? Like this game where I'm level 50, hardcore, haven't died once, haven't even been I've been stressed out one single time. But other than that, it's like, you just run around, you just click buttons. My minions kill everything. I would feel comfortable going to the bathroom right now. They just kill everything. It's fine. All right. So what is this? Oh, I have unspent ability points. So this is the skill tree. I mean, makes you go, While at the same time, this skill tree makes you go, oh. I mean, it does. It does. It's like looking at a restaurant menu that has 75 items. You're like, I think I'm going to go. I think I'm going to go to another restaurant. So there is that drawback. Here you have unlimited potential. And you don't have the, but you have more of a, oh, God. Shit. You can see there's a huge difference here. I would feel perfectly comfortable just, I can't click on anything up. Sure. I'm sure I'll be fine. Oh, you can respect though. Like any of these are going to get you to the end game. On Path of Exile 2, that is not the case when it comes to the skill tree. All right, Diablo 4 players complain that the loot is too simple. There's no true customization that can be done. Unlike in Path of Exile 2, where you can craft your way to the perfect build, the perfect character, the perfect weapon, the perfect armor. This is so cool. This is cool. I mean, is it fun? Yeah, it's fun. I mean, it's like, look, I'm having a good time, okay? All right, so the winner for loot and itemization is, drumroll please, Path of Exile 2. Why, you might be asking? Complex loot system, endless crafting possibilities, and high replayability. Diablo 4 wins in simplicity, but PoE 2 wins in depth. Because the thing is, nobody tells you, nobody's insisting that you finish the game in a week. Why not just play your character and just go as you please? Like, you're like, oh yeah, it doesn't have to be a grind. It's a grind if you make it a grind, but it doesn't have to be. So, Path of Exile 2 takes the win. All right, moving right along. Endgame and longevity. Endgame and longevity? Endgame and longevity. Path of Exile 2. Actually, let's go ahead and start with Diablo 4. Diablo 4. More engaging. Open world and bosses. The open world exploration and world bosses create a more immersive experience, especially with their cinematics. They do really good on the cinematics. Like, they got some good. The storytelling is completely awesome. I mean, like, I think it's awesome. I love the cinematics that they have. Path of Exile has some cinematics, but I don't think to the level or quality that, Diablo 4 does. Might be wrong. Leave it in the comments. Diablo 4 is also more casual friendly. So you want to, compared to PoE 2, Diablo 4, you can sit down and you can be like, okay, yeah, I'm just going to kill a couple of things, and then you can just log off, and it's no big deal. You could do the same in Path of Exile 2, to be honest. You could just log off, but you do have to do some homework when it comes to researching how you should set up your passive tree and stuff like that, or, what class you should pick and what ascendancy and so on. But the question is, Diablo 4 might be just a casual game. They were planning on putting this planning on putting this out. I think Diablo 4 was the one. But they were planning on just putting this on the phone. Like, it can't get more casual than that. It can't get more casual than that. So you see where their mindset was. They're like, we're going for people who just want to just play for a couple minutes and then that's it. But is it as rewarding? Rewarding plays a huge role. Rewarding plays a huge role. It's got to be rewarding. Otherwise, what the hell are you doing? Why would you do it? If it's not rewarding, why are you even playing the damn game? So many compare it to MMO style endgame rather than an ARPG power fantasy. It's kind of like one and done. Let's see what this guy does. See, I'm not even doing anything. Let's see if I can survive. Hardcore mode. I don't even have to do anything. I'm not even worried. Come on, guys. You gonna let me die like this? Like a little bitch? No, they're not gonna let me die. They won't let me die. They can't. I can never die. So that's one of the, this doesn't seem all that rewarding to me. Because I have touched the mouse. I've touched it, okay? But many compare it to hey, it was meant to be a phone ARPG kind of a deal. Like where you just click around. Okay, so the winner for this one goes to Path of Exile 2. More endgame variety, deeper seasonal mechanics, and long-term replayability. You could play Path of Exile 2 over and over again with one caveat. As long as you don't mind playing the same acts over and over again. That is a big bummer. Hopefully they might fix that. But I'm just, you know, I'm unbiased here. As you can see, I'm playing Diablo 4. Let's get this. Okay, whatever. All right. Now we move on to the big boy. Monetization. Fair or predatory? As we all know, Path of Exile 2 is free to play. Or it's supposed to be free when it first comes out. It's supposed to be free when it first comes out. But if you want early access, however, if you want early access, you can get early access right now. But it costs money. But Diablo 4 will always cost money. And then, I haven't been, let's see, hold on. Shop. Let's see what they got in the shop.
I have been waiting for your return.
Okay, so we got, we have a clear monetization right here. PTW. Tongue Ripper Collection. Let's see what that is. See. Oh, shit. But unaffected. Still commercialist. I figure as a reminder. Carrying always with. What is unclear to me, I don't know if this is just cosmetic or what. It says this pack includes Tongue Ripper Barbarian equipment. That sounds to me like it's like you actually get
I see.
things other than, it makes it seem to me like you get things other than just cosmetics. A barbarian is required to use many of the headstone. But what is it? Oh, what is that though? Ooh, wow, that's cool. I mean, see, like, they got some cool stuff that's, like, weird and shit, you know? Lapping stock. Oh, that looks horrible. That's pretty cool, though. That would hurt like hell. 100%. So, Path of Exile 2, it's supposed to be free to play. No pay-to-win elements. Monetization is purely cosmetic. However, it can be argued that the stash tabs are like they're not a pay to win, but they're more of a quality of life that makes things a lot easier. So if you think that Path of Exiles 2 is pay to win because of stash tabs, then leave a comment down. I want to hear everybody's arguments because I am unbiased. I literally am. I'm not even thinking about if it is or if they aren't or aren't. And like, you know, are stash tabs absolutely necessary if near the end game, if you are not a hoarder? Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. All right, Diablo 4. Okay, here we go. Diablo 4 has Battle Pass and cosmetics. Cosmetics, I wouldn't qualify as being pay to win. But Blizzard has promised no pay to win. But the Battle Pass feels kind of like manipulative. Like, no, you don't gotta get the Battle Pass. But Here's a battle pass. So it feels kind of like they're manipulating that whole not pay to win kind of a thing. And another thing is that a lot of people would argue the game costs $70. Diablo 4 costs $70. So is a $70 game justified? You've already paid for the game. $70. And now, in order to really get to experience all of the content, you have to spend more money. It does seem a little manipulative because it's kind of like playing poker and, you're in the pot for, $20 and then you just keep getting nickel and dimed, $2 here, $5 there. And then you have $20 more left at the end of when the last card comes and somebody goes $20 and you're like, well, hell, why not? Just keep going. It feels like that kind of similar strategy. So the winner for fair or predatory monetization. Path of Exile 2. All right, let's move. We're moving right along. All right. So now, we're going to talk about if we could pick only one. We're not doing this whole bullshit about it's good for this player and not good for this player. No, there's only one game that you can pick. That's it. The best is the best. That's what it is. The best is the best. You can't have two of the best. If there's two best, then there's no best. So, the final winner is Path of Exile 2. Why? Because the sheer depth of customization, build variety, and free-to-play model make it the ARPG with the longest shelf life, to be honest. Diablo 4 has a couple of wins for casual players who just want to polish ARPG without the learning curve, and they just want to get on. Like I was saying, if I bought my grandma a computer, Diablo 4 would be perfect for her. Do you agree or disagree? Is Diablo 4 the true king? Let me know in the comments below. Now, if you liked this breaking down of the builds, the loot, the end game, and the controversies, now it's your turn. Smash that like button, drop a comment, and let's keep this debate going. I have played both games. And my humble opinion is that I feel that a lot of work needs to be done on Path of Exiles 2. However, given the fact that Diablo 4 is quote-unquote a fully fleshed out game and Path of Exile 2 is still in beta or alpha, I don't even know. Look, I'm just a dude playing a game, all right? Then so I've played both, and it gets really, for me personally, I get real bored when I feel like I can leave my character unattended when I'm playing hardcore mode, go to the bathroom, make a sandwich, and come back and he's still alive. It kind of loses its risk and luster. Just feels like then it becomes real that all I'm doing is clicking buttons. And I'm like, well, there is no brain activity being utilized here whatsoever. All I do is click buttons. That's it. I just get the character over in the area where the enemies are. Maybe I've built a god, and this is a rare thing. But I really just feel like I'm just clicking buttons to keep his mana up. I don't even know if I have mana potions. I don't even know what a mana potion. How do I even activate it? It's been so long since I played this game. Usually it's 2, but I don't see it. What is this? So to me it seems kind of like it seems like it's lacking a lot of luster, a lot of depth. I wish it had more complexity, to be honest, because it's not very complex. Just click the button and follow the red little line right there. All you need is the only thing you need now is little yellow marks on a screen showing you where to go and what to click on. So, yeah, I guess the ability to... The unfuckability of this game and your character make it kind of lame to me personally. You cannot fuck things up. It's really hard. Just keep clicking on more thingies in the tree. Anyways, that's my take. The winner is Path of Exile 2. I'm sorry for any Diablo 4 lovers out there, but it lost fair and square. Fair and square. Now, all Path of Exile 2 people who come across a Diablo 4 player who says Diablo 4 is better, send them this video and it will explain everything for them and break it down into nubile language, noob terms. All right? Peace.